And in a race of their own, that's Van der Brugge and Riccardi. Just cruising down.
Let's go, Cappuccino. Here.
And the racing at the moment looks like the senior women's eights. Tux Williams, and it's called Williams, but I know Cat Williams isn't going to be in this boat. On the far side, that looks like the UCT crew. And right at the top, you've got WSURC Dimbaza. And UFH in Tanjana, lane 2. So this is the Tux crew coming through. And that is a good, strong crew, the Tux team. Premier athletes at University Rowing. And look at that connection, look at that drive. That is a well-drilled team. They've been rowing really well all weekend. And they are picking it up right to the end. And that is superb racing from those athletes.
Lovely, lovely rowing.
Behind them, the UCT crew.
I think this is a composite UCT PGRC, actually.
Yeah, correct. You can see the PGRC tri-suits.
Same color scheme.
Yeah, same color scheme.
Just for good measure and confusion.
Yeah, that's how you get a spot in the team, as long as you don't kill the fashion.
Yeah.
But those are good athletes. Great to piece them together, and that's what rowing's about. Sometimes you row with people you've never rowed with before, and look how well they're doing. So well done to them. That silver medal. And that's Tux, and that's in second place. So there's a UCT PGRC composite crew. And the teams right at the top, WSURC and UFH. They are close to each other. They keep looking across. This is the race.
Forterre and Walter Sisulu teams now coming in on the inside-outside lanes. Side by side, bow ball to bow ball. This is going to be a great race. The bronze medal up for grabs for these ladies. How much excitement can you feel?
And the athletes looking across the water. They are making a push based on how close the other team is. And UFH and Tanjana are making a push. And they are right at the top. WSURC is going a bit skew. They've got to be careful of the pier wall right at the end. And look at their cocks egging them on. Connect, push, drive. That's what they're doing.
They've had to stop rowing. We don't want them to row into that brick building. They're being redirected. They're so close.
And they're so close to the far side.
They're shaving it off.
Making it across the finish line. Great racing
Shaving
right to the end.
off of the bricks over there.
A lot of racing for those athletes.
My goodness. Ati thing can happen. Ati thing can happen at Buffalo.
Don't ask me. I can't tell you. I do not.
So we've got the medics attending to one of our athletes in the Walter Sisulu boat. But we've got a race coming down the course.
Wait, what? 72. 172.
And we think we're looking at race 172 now. It is a 3-boat race, a final, straight final for the junior women's under 15 quads, 1,000-meter race. We need to clear the jetty, please.
Asking to clear the jetty, please. Please make space for the
Athletes,
medics.
please move off the jetty.
Clarendon, lane 4, Nzunzu, Somerset, Cook. Lane 2, DSG, Tungata. Lane 3.
Zunzu crew from Clarendon looking nice and strong out there as they're racing down the course. We do need to clear that 8 off the water at the end, please.
And Clarendon on the far side, and Zunzu, Hewitson, Dick, Steenkamp. They are driving, they've got momentum. Somerset, Cook. She's in lane 2, she's the stroke. You got Pickers van Berningen, Gabrielides, Amelia Holden, the Cox. And Clarendon looking really good for our junior women's under 15 quads.
And we've got the Somerset crew here that Cox is really cheering her girls on, the parents encouraging that team to come in hard and fast. DSG Tungata coming in now, looking for that bronze medal position. A silver for Somerset, gold for Clarendon, and a bronze for DSG, for DSG as they come in. Rob, we're looking at some of the first dates now going out.
They fought for the right to be in that race, and well deserved. They were heading straight through to get ready for the finals, the rumble in the jungle.
Rumble, a lot of rumbling because we've got some big, strong boats yet to go.
So this should be Coxless. This one's 174 now. Any changes? No.
Okay, so now we are looking at 173 coming down the lanes. That's race 173, event 84. It is a straight final for the junior women's under 19 second quads. In lane 1, Clarendon Coleman, Holy Rosary Dos Santos in lane 2, Capito from St. Andrews in lane 3, the Mayor Crew from St. Mary's lane 4, Chiquatamba from St. Stithians in lane 5, and Dietlefs from St. Andrews in lane 6.
These were some of the girls that were in.
Two St. Andrews boats in this race. Right at the top, St. Andrews Dietlefs. They are still in the running. I see 4 boats in there. Holy Rosary Dos Santos may have just dropped off ever so slightly. So too the St. Mary's team. But the driving's all coming from the centre. Capito, Maimonas, Taylor, Senarat, and Ms. Chabalala, St. Andrews. And the team that's looking good is Clarendon. They're in lane 1. They are well placed. And then the second St. Andrews crew. So 2 St. Andrews crews in the running here. St. Andrews Capito, St. Andrews Dietlefs. And let's not forget St. Stithians, Chiquatamba. There's still space for them to make a move.
Let's go, Ethan!
But the boat that's made a good strong move is Clarendon. Clarendon on lane 1. They are looking really well placed alongside the St. Andrews Capito team. Right at the top, St. Andrews Dietlefs. A little bit off the pace there, but certainly with a bronze in sight. St. Sims Chiquatamba still working hard there in lane 5. St. Mary's Holy Rosary out at the back. Clarendon are working hard. They've got a good high stroke rate. They are moving well, and I think they've got a bit of an advantage. St. Andrews are making a move. Both teams, Cupido, Dietlefs. But this team, Clarendon, has impressed all weekend. Coleman, Rennie, Hartwanger, Hen, Gabriel Assam, the Cox. And they are moving really well. St. Andrews trying to do everything they can. They're going to have to settle for silver because Clarendon is showing what a well-oiled, well-drilled team can do. And they're going to bring home gold for Clarendon. St. Andrews Cupido are going to come through. They will take second. And then bronze going to St. Andrews. Dietlefs out in lane 6.
And that's a lovely win for the Clarendon girls, for the local team in their home water.
St. Stithians Chiquatamba closing off 4th. And then the Holy Rosary crew of Dos Santos.
And St. Mary's Mayor Crew.
But I see Morgan Ramji has gone to stroke seat, so they are moving really well under the guidance of Iman Wadvala, the Cox, and then St. Mary's. Letaba Kwali is the Cox here, bringing through the team to conclude that finals.
Rob, it's feeling decidedly more exciting right now here by the clubhouse. The first 8's going out, the university 8's going out, the first quad's going out, and it's all happening. It's happening right here, and we are closing in on the end of the day. This racing just getting more and more exciting. It looks like, I think, following on from race 173, we're moving on to 174, and that is the final from the heats for the junior men's under 16 coxless 4s. This promises to be a cracker of a race. We've got St. John's House Crew in lane 1, Allen Crew from St. Andrews in lane 2, Waldeck Cooks from St. Stithians in lane 3, St. Benedict's Rostorn Crew lane 4, Kes Waldman lane 5, and Sachs Horhoff in lane 6.
And right in the center, that's St. Benedict's Ralston Crew. Miliana van Heeren, Braden Latachan, Panayoti, Savidis are looking well placed. They've gone past the creek. That's about
Past the creek.
Past the creek, about 600 meters to go. And that is a good, bold move from those athletes. Kes Waldman, the two Jessies in there, Waldman and Reed, Lesedio Duarte and Daniel Flint. And St. John's on the inside, St. John's House. House want Liu and Alistair Wadley. St. Andrews just on the inside, Alan Brook, Carrara and Dylan Erasmus. Right at the top end, you've got the Sachs Crew, Harold Fletcher, Oates and Pike. But it is St. Benedict's. They're in blue. They are in the front. And they are firing down this course. Silver medal is still open, but good moves coming from St. John's House, lane 1. The weather's calmed down just a little bit.
That Kes crew is looking hungry to me, but I think St. John's has kept them at bay, along with the St. Andrews crew. Those guys battling it out for the 3rd place position. If St. John's holds their line and they get in there, they'll get in there for silver. St. Benedict's roster looking absolutely clinical as they deliver this victory to their supporters, to their school.
And now here comes St. Andrews. St. Andrews have got momentum. They're trying to make a push on Kes. St. John's are going to fire up for silver. And it's still open for the 3 teams. Sachs off the boil, but look at St. Andrews come through. They've got momentum. They've got everything. They're throwing everything at this. Kes are still holding on. It's coming down to the line. Kes zoom in. I think St. Andrews think they've got it.
I think so too. Kes over the line, and then Sachs over the line. Absolutely fantastic racing there.
Pairs.
So moving on, it looks like we are into the final for the junior women's under 16 pairs.
We've got some changes.
Yeah, I think we've got some changes here. May have been affected by the junior women's under 16 sculls race. We'll wait to see them on the water as the Tux crew comes out. Tux crew getting ready. Munro Douglas, big fan base here down at the coast. And that looks like Red Sillen, ex-St. Benedict's Cox, making his way to Tux. 3 gold medals at boat race for Red Sillen. And that is an impressive record. And that is a good, strong young crew. You know what, big gap. You want a Coke?
For the folks watching at home, I'm sure you figured this out by now, but as they show the events and the lanes go from left to right, 1 to 8. Mostly we're racing 6 lanes in these finals. So on your left-hand side, it will be lane 1, and the far right, lanes 6, 7, and 8 of your screen. Just take a moment while there's a slight pause in the action to once again thank our sponsors, RMB, for partnering with South African Rowing, right down from schools rowing up to our national squad, making the impossible dreams possible for all of our fantastic athletes and our coaches. Also, a big thank you to BCM Tourism for helping us out with such a beautiful regatta here in Buffalo City on the Buffalo River. Thank you to Eagle Media, bringing the live action to the folks who aren't here at the river. To all the spectators for your enthusiasm and support. A special shout out to East London Boating Association, our local teams and parents, your invaluable expertise, kindness for hosting us, your dedication and enthusiasm for rowing is unparalleled, and you are the most gracious hosts. Thank you so much for all your support, for all these athletes coming in from around the country. So a thank you to Buffalo Rowing Club, East London Boating Association, and all our local teams who are involved, the local parents involved in hosting this event here. And the athletes. I've seen a few athletes out there working their tails off. A thank you to the GROA officials and officials from throughout South Africa coming through Western Cape and from Gauteng, bringing your expertise to this event as well. Once again, it takes a village to make this rowing event happen. And we've delivered a wonderful event in spades.
And looking onto the water at the moment, it's the final of the junior women's 16 pairs. They've gone past the 1K, St. Stithians, Buerta, lane 1, lane 2, Somerset Curl, St. Stithians, Duplessis, lane 4, Holy Rosary Takaza in lane 3. There's been a scratch there and a swap out, Holy Rosary. I think that's Gemma Lee Arthur, Aaron Beaming in lane 5. And under 16 athletes, Scullers going out into the water one more time. But currently junior women's pair racing. It's looking like St. Stithians, Duplessis are well placed. So too is Holy Rosary Arthur. St. Stithians lane 4, Holy Rosary lane 5. Somerset Curl, lane 2, third position from this angle, but St. Stithians Duplessis is moving very well, and I think Holy Rosary Arthur, they are still in fighting distance. And now we see a little bit of movement from that Holy Rosary boat. And so too St. Stithians, they've decided to pick it up and go early. You try and break the other team and hope for the best. They are moving well. St. Stithians right in the center. Holy Rosary at the top. So two St. Stithians boats in this race, but it looks like St. Stithians Duplessis have got a little bit of a gap. Holy Rosary have got work to do. Third position, Somerset Curl. And last minute swap for that Holy Rosary team, Aaron Beaming thrown into this team, but there is lots of movement coming from St. Stithians Duplessis. The angle there, and they straighten out just ever so slightly. The boat's coming a little bit together there. As they start to rev up, it's hard to keep them in a straight line. They are still moving, they have not given up. Side by side for almost 2 kilometers. St. Stithians picking up, they're going to tap stroke, and they are moving well. Holy Rosary as well, fighting it out to the end, but that St. Stithians team have got a little bit more jump, and they've got that. Holy Rosary are making their way down, but they're going to have to settle for silver. There's a little bit more racing left, but that St. Stithians team made a big jump. There's a little bit of open water there. Good racing for those teams. Superb racing for Holy Rosary to get in a team into the finals. And St. Stithians are going to take it. Holy Rosary coming through for a silver medal. And then Somerset, Lola Curl, Sadira Govender, nice and connected, moving those quads down, and they are coming through for a bronze medal. Well earned in the junior women's 16 pairs. And that is Somerset Curl.
Go Somerset!
That's Lola and Sadira. I may have missed those, switch those boats around, sorry about that. but they are coming through. Well done to those young ladies. Good racing.
Let's go, Alders!
How many races do you have left?
Well, where are they tucking in that race? The skulls that is going again?
I saw the one blade going under. So we're looking at all the races left. We may be wrong, but I doubt it.
We're never wrong.
We're very rarely wrong, and when we are very, very wrong.
We
So
get it wrong
there's
with
that.
class.
But we are looking, we know that the senior men's eights, they've gone out. We're looking forward to seeing them come down. Junior women's under 19 first Cox quads.
They've gone out. They've all launched.
And we're looking forward to seeing them come down.
The schoolboys first eights have all launched as well. And then we've got that re-row of the under 16 girls.
Skulls, correct.
Skulls.
So the junior under 16 skulls, we think it's those 4 races at the moment. We're not sure of the order. The umpires will tell us now. And
Yeah.
it depends how long it takes the athletes to get to the start. But usually we finish with the fastest race of the day, because to put the two together, the juxtaposition of one of the races with the big guns in the 8 is incredible. It's late in the day. Thank you very much for staying to watch these last of the races.
It means the world to these athletes to have your support. So we're looking forward to all of the cheering, the war cries that I can already see Kez loading. Some war cries loading for the Kez guys. And it is not unusual to see the teams coming down, standing on the jetty. And I've seen it, Rob, with so many teams on the jetty that the jetty is in the water.
That's it. Everybody's been waiting around for a long time. And this is bragging rights for a lifetime. They are at the top. They're getting ready. I've just seen the scullers going across the 1,500 meter line. So too with one of the last 8s. And they are going to the start. There is a current coming through, you can see it, and with some of the previous boats, it is not fast water, I would say, quite the contrary. It's a little bit of a slog,
Yeah.
but these are our premier athletes,
and they can handle it.
They can handle it.
So we've got the Eagle Media looking up at the start. Lots of boats in there. A couple of events to race down. We're trying to see who's lining up across the lanes, but it's not abundantly clear at this time.
And just as an aside, one of the moms was speaking to us this morning, and they're saying how nice the community to come together, and what we should do is, as we're finishing up for the day, if you see a little bit of litter, like close to where you are, just pick it up and just put it in a dustbin, pay it forward, you know, just help everybody out. Make sure it doesn't end up in the river. You know, try to do what you can just to tidy up.
100%, Rob. I think that's a fabulous idea. Each one of us does just a little bit to help. We've done a really great thing. Again, thank you to our sponsors, RMB and BCM Tourism. Thank you to our media partner, Eagle Media, for the live stream. Don't forget that there is prize giving, the awarding of our various trophies, gold medals to the Buffalo winners, those coming after our races conclude. So once again, just please stick around for the prize giving, awards ceremony. The gold medals of Buffalo are a coveted item. Lots of spot prizes, but you've got to be present to get those, sponsored by RMB. And a reminder to anybody who did manage to buy a calculator, a pair of shoes that they want to donate for the collection sponsored by Transnet. That collection is still, you can still get in on the action. Drop off your calculator and shoes donations at the merch and medals table. Nice to see our athletes up at the start, our quads. Our Cox quads on camera now, focused on St. Mary's. Whoop, and pan out.
It looks like the 1-8 line. And Kaz, the question of the day is, which race are they going to send down first?
I'm going to pick. I've got a number behind my back, Rob.
I'm going to say 7. So we're going to wait and see. We're looking down the course, and we don't really know where everybody's positioned.
Even looking on the screen, it looks like small-ish boats. They're showing us now. I'm trying to count the number of, and they panned out. Dynamic Sounds, our sound partner, keeping the music and the commentary in your ears all weekend. Thank you to Dynamic Sounds for being here. The professional sound outfit.
Yeah, superb job from so many people over this weekend. All the caterers. Look, medal table getting put out there.
Yeah, we've got the medals being set up on the jetty. That's exciting.
How exciting, right by the water's edge. That is something very special. And if I was a betting man, I would say the junior women's under 19 first cock squads is going to be the race. I see through my fair kijkers.
I think you might be right, Rob.
And that does look like them. We'll see just in a second.
What's happening, Rob? What's happening?
That's relative.
So it looks like the junior women's under 19 first Cox quads is going to be the first race. They may just change it around just because of the timing of some of the other events. And I see a flag angled out. And I see 6 boats on the water. Flags up and flags down, and they're all away.
This is the iconic view of Buffalo looking up the river right now, Rob. As the sun goes down, highlighting these clouds up in the valley, boats coming down, a slightly more cool breeze off the water. I'm waxing lyrical and I'm feeling emotional as we approach the close of this event.
Kaz, it's an emotional time for everyone.
Somebody hand me a tissue.
We've just got to keep going, push through right until the very end. I'm looking out for the red of St. Mary's, because if I see St. Mary's Ilgna, St. Mary's Zulu, lane 4 and 6, we know it's the right race.
They nearly just chucked some of the silver trophies into the river. They dropped it. Josh Hawks, let's hear a war cry!
And the athletes on the water have gone past the 500-meter mark. Impossible to tell who's who. But we'll call out the boats. We'll correct ourselves if we make a mistake, but who's on the water, Kaz? Who should be on the water?
I don't know what page I'm on.
I'll tell you who should be on the water. DSG Palmer, lane 1. Holy Rosary Riccardi, lane 2. It's my niece. St. Andrew's Moore, lane 3. St. Mary's Ilgner, lane 4, St. Stephen's Waldeck Cooks, and lane 6,
Zulu.
St. Mary's Zulu. Okay, you beat me to it. That's 500 meters in while everybody's relaxing, enjoying themselves. People are working out there. And the boats right in the center are the ones that are driving. It looks like St. Andrew's Moor, St. Mary's Ilgner.
So this is the first one. So it'll be the first spot. We don't know what order they're going to come down.
And so you can see that pontoon on the left. That is a 1,000 meter mark. Just to help you, give you an idea. So that's halfway. And a lot of attacks are going to come from there, or bold moves. And then you'll see the inlet just on the right-hand side. Kaz calls it the crick, or creek, if you wish. And that is a bit of an idea as to what happens. And as the angle comes closer, it looks a little bit like the St. Andrew's boat are creating that sort of flock of birds effect. One bird in the middle and the others just streamed out in that V formation on the side.
The old chevron.
That old chevron, beautiful scene out there.
So that's probably in lane 3, the St. Andrew's Moor boat. St. Mary's Ilgner on our right-hand side, on this right-hand side of the screen.
And let's not forget DSG Palmer, lane 1. Holy Rosary Riccardi, lane 2. But I think it is the St. Andrew's boat, St. Mary's Ilgner, St. Stephen's Waldeck Cooks, just on the side of that chevron, and then St. Mary's Zulu. And looking out into the water, it's amazing. There's so many different patterns of wind and water and waves. There's some flat bits, bubbly bits, and it makes for an interesting race. It doesn't get any quicker as you get to the finish, so you really got to fight for it.
You're rowing basically upstream at this point.
And now the colours start to reveal themselves. It is the St. Andrew's crew. We've got Moore, Benan, Manson, Seba Paulo, Kanaha. I think that's Kia. It is Kia, and she's the Cox for St. Andrews. She's driving this team. St. Mary's, you've got Ilgner, Gunning, Rose, McGregor, Dina Barat, the Cox. And that is your current positions as I see it. Good movement coming from DSG Palmer, lane 1. But I think it's the St. Stephen's boat. And there is still time for DSG Palmer, the Holy Rosary boat in lane 2. A little bit off pace, still working hard. So too is the St. Mary's Zulu boat out in lane 6. And those boats are really close. St. Andrews is pushing, and they've got maybe a little bit of space there, but that St. Mary's boat is working hard. You can see their stroke rate. They've picked it up. They're not going to wait for 250. And they are driving it along. St. Andrews controlling the move. Those boats look really close. St. Andrews still holding. And now they're going to have to start to work St. Mary's. That field, that third position is still open. St. Stephen's on the far side, closest to us. DSG Palmer. St. Stephen's got Waldeck, Cook, Ship, Palana, Simpson, Smith, Dodgen. But DSG, you've got Palmer, Murray, Vainant, Bartlett, and Wilkin. St. Andrews open water, a boat length, and they're going to push it down. They can feel the gold medal in their hands, and they're going to drive through. St. Mary's are coming, and the gap is going to remain like that. Superb working from these athletes. Bronze medal is still open. St. Stithians are making a bold move. DSG Palmer have got to try to close that down. St. Andrews are coming through. They will take the gold medal, well deserved. Junior women's under 19 first Cox quads. St. Mary's Ilgner take second. And third, you've got DSG Palmer hunting down St. Stithians Waldeck Cooks. St. Stithians are holding off. They are just trying to make sure they cannot close that down. And that looks like Nsako Shipalana, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it was.
And she's going to hold on for that bronze medal. DSG Palmer gave it everything they've got. St. Mary's Zulu coming through, and Hari Roger Riccardi revving it up all the way to the line. Can you hear the sound of hooves? Is it hooves or hoofs?
Hooves.
Hoofs. Hooves.
Hooves.
Hooves. Horses stampeding. Because the big boats
The cavalry
are
is
on their
coming.
way.
But who is it, Robbie?
There
Who
are
looking
4
at?
boats out there.
So
They
are
are
we
big and
looking at,
strong.
are they 8s? Are they big boats?
They are big boats.
Oh,
And
these are big boys.
those big boats, there's only one way you can move that, and that's with high, powerful stroke rate. And it is so fast, and such a flurry of blades can only be 8s.
So that means we are looking at the senior men's A8s coming down now. And you say there are 4 boats. Well, we know for sure that Tux Douglas went out, and we know for sure that Old Ed's Baxter went out.
And we're also sure that
And
UCT Breitenbach went
UCT
out. We saw them
Breitenbach
out
went
there.
out. I suspect that it was... no. I can't remember now. There were a whole lot of boats going out at the same time.
So I can see the angle, and I think it's at UCT boats in lane 3, just a little bit off the pace because Old Ed's Baxter is making a strong push, so too are Tux Douglas. You don't have to pace these things, you just put your foot down, see how fast the thing goes. Those 3 boats are moving well. UFH, C4, lane 1. And there is a gap to them, you can see it. But this is good, strong racing. Remember, we've got who's who of rowing in that Old Edge crew.
Rob, you have a son in one of those boats, and I have a son in one of those boats, but those boats are not the same boat.
This is correct. Which boats is your son in? Oh, I know. So, Old Ed's, you've got one of the Cronier twins in there. That's Billy Cronier.
Sitting in the 3 seat for
Sitting in
Old
the
Ed.
3 seats.
Where's Jake Riccardi sitting in the Tux boat?
Probably the same spot.
Yeah, beasts. those
So we've got
boys.
the beast there. But we know that Billy Cronier once won a race by carrying the entire boat over the line by himself, just with a squeeze of the quads. He is a sizable human being. And this could be controversial.
Why?
On the far side, I see a little bit of a gap, and that Tix boat is making a big squeeze on
Okay.
Old Ed's. This is uncanny. We've got to wait and see what's going on, but I see the Old Ed's crew. They've got those
I
white
think-
tri-suits. Tix have got the red stripes. And those red stripes are moving a little bit quicker. Behind them, the UCT crew. So this is going to be a little bit of an upset.
These guys in these two boats, but I think especially the Old Eds boat, some of those guys have been out there racing. They were in the sculls, they were in the pairs, they were in the 4, and now they're in the 8. That is 4 finals that some of these eggs have raced today that are sitting in the Old Eds boat. I think same for Tux.
And I see Red Sillen putting his hand out. He's got confidence and he's moving this boat. They waited until the halfway mark and then they just absolutely torched this field. They've ripped it apart. They're taking it away from our Olympians in the Old Eds crew with some of the young guns. Tux have been working hard for this. They've brought everybody into this crew. They've got a good, strong team. And they've got even Murray Bell Smith in there, Pumi Chabalala. They are driving this boat down. Red Sillen is driving this car. It is a V8 engine.
It is a V8 engine.
And they are very happy.
Purring on high octane fuel that.
And they're going to be over the moon with that. That is a scalp of notes. Tux are going to take it. Old Eds still moving that boat with lots of strong movement. Look at that team go, absolutely scorching it. So that Tux crew to put in that dent is unbelievable. Third crew, UCT, come across the line.
And University Fort Hare Seafood crew.
And that is absolutely superb racing. There's an art to racing 8s, and Tux may have dabbled in those dark arts.
Congratulations, Papa.
And it's unusual for Billy Cronier to be crashing everybody. Well done, great racing.
I saw Jake Riccardi race so hard he even took off his bucket hat. Now that's a thing.
Yeah, and UFH just had an issue there. You could see one of the blades just not connecting. But those red blades are coming through and they are going to give us a bit of a show. They are picking the boats up. They are moving those blades. They are moving the boats. UFH are well loved in these parts. They've got a great team. They've got connection. They've got great red blades. What a team. University of Fort Hare showing how it's done.
Such nice racing there. And now coming down, it looks like the re-race of the under-16 junior women's sculls.
So we're looking out in these lanes. Unfortunately, we think St. Stithians is not going to be in this race. Our prayers and thoughts are with the family. Looking out, we did have 2 St. Andrews athletes. St. Andrews Paige Peters, lane 1. St. Andrews Tanique Ellis Labaskachny, lane 4. And then we've got the 3 Holy Rosary athletes. Holy Rosary King, lane 6. Holy Rosary Zillan, lane 5. Holy Rosary Riccardi, lane 2.
Is that Emmy Riccardi?
There could be a little bit of bias in this commentary. The St. Andrews parents will forgive me over time. But this is going to be a superb race. They're all friends, off the water, on the water. Like I was going to say mortal enemies, eternal enemies. No, they love each other, but they're very competitive
Athletic
young
rivals,
ladies.
but friends off the water.
This is under 16 sculling at its finest. It is very hard to move those boats in a straight line. Litzen Kuma was showing me this morning. We nearly went for a swim a couple of times. The water is not smooth. It is ruffled, so it takes a hardy athlete with good technical ability to move a scull down the Buffalo River. And we're seeing the marshal put up a flag. Just guide some of the athletes across the course. Paige Peters is in lane 1. Emmy Riccardi, lane 2. That's just for visual perspective. Then St. Andrews Elizabeth, that's Tanique in lane 4. Holy Rosary, Kate Sill in lane 5. Her brother, both her brothers were in the previous race. Red Zillan, Troy Zillan, and that Tix winning boat. And on the far side, Shaylin King, one of the strongest scullers out there, and they are moving well. It's hard to see from this angle. The wind looks like it's Kate Zillan is well positioned. I can see just the angle. She's a little bit ahead of Shaylin King. Tanique Ellis-Labaskachny right in the center is driving the pace. Amy Riccardi, lane 2, still fighting. Paige Peters, maybe a little bit of the pace, but there's still some rain coming in. It's hard, but you've got to want it. And the great thing about these athletes is they keep chopping and changing. They are fighting right there, and Kate Zillan is making a big push. She's out there in lane 5. You've got Tanique Elizabeth-Skachny. She's in lane 4. Shaylin King is in lane 6. Amy Riccardi is in lane 2, still working hard, but it looks like Kate Zillan has made a big push. And Kate Zillan is going for it. She's opened it up. She's making a push down. And Shaylin King is trying to come back into this race. Tanique Ellis-Labaskachny is currently in second position. Shaylin King is making a push. Amy Riccardi, Paige Peters, not in this race at the moment. Kate Zillan is showing what hard, tough work takes. She's going to fight through to win this race. Tanique Ellis-Labaskachny is going to take silver. Shaylin King is going to take bronze. Amy Riccardi cruising through for 4th, and in 5th, Paige Peters. Superb racing from the junior women's under 16 scullers.
Robert, really is superb racing, and it's tough conditions, having gone up, sat in the sun, come down, started their race, and unfortunately we had the circumstances earlier that we had to restart this race, so again up the river and back down the river. That's a whole lot for these young ladies to undertake, and well done to them for doing it with such poise and such athleticism. The last race of the day, last race of the weekend, last race of the regatta.
Let's go, Six!
The one that brings out the war cries. The ones that make the parents lose their minds. It is the first 8 for the boys' schools.
So we're looking across the lanes. Lane 1, St. Stithians, Kapla. Lane 2, Sachs, Fletcher. Lane 3, Kes van der Pfeiffer. Lane 4, St. John's, Herman. Lane 5, St. Benedict's, Norkia. Lane 6, Rondebosch, Ellis.
And Rob, they are off and they're away. And on screen, we've got the chase boat behind them, zeroing in. I can see St. John's, I can see St. Benedict's. But it's hard to tell the positions.
And they've panned out.
And they panned out. Every time we think we can see it, boom.
But there's a good strong move. I thought I saw for a moment the Kes boat straightening out, but that's usually a sign of too much power. And I see the umpire's boat just going up and down between the boats, keeping them in a straight line. They're now in the St. Benedict's Norkia boat.
I feel like the war cries. You know what? They're not going to be able to be on the jetty, though, because we've got all the trophies and medals. But I'm sure we'll hear these war cries loading just about.
And we've got the UCT team on the water. If they could just make a plan and get off the water quickly.
Please do remember that we've got prize giving immediately following the racing. All those coveted gold medals of Buffalo Regatta, the trophies, Some spot prizes sponsored by R&B.
It's hard to tell who's doing what, but Kes St. John seem to be driving the pace. We always have a look at the umpire boat, try and make a plan to see where they are. Sometimes they're right in the thick of the action.
It's looking like they're starting to fan out into that chevron position, lanes 3, 4, 5. Pulling ahead of the pack, it seems.
But still, doesn't look like there's much in it.
Yeah, not
They
much
are
wiggle
coming
room.
up. They've gone past the 1,000-meter mark, and they're going to thunder down here in maybe just over 3 minutes. There is tough water conditions, but they're going to be down here very quickly. And usually around here, they start to make decisive moves, a bit like we saw earlier with Tick's Old Heads. But all the action, I would say it's St. John's Herman looking very well positioned alongside St. Benedict's. Kes just hidden behind that umpire boat. But you're right, I think they are well placed. Kes, Sachs, lane 2. They're a little bit ahead of that St. Stephen's couple of boats, but Sachs have put their neck out. They want this.
Get your last words in, Rob, because they're going to go a bit mental here in the clubhouse.
But that St. John's boat is looking nice and tidy. I'm using that St. Benedict's boats as a point of reference. And those two boats are pushing really hard. Sachs and Kes have got work to do. And I think it's all coming from St. John's. St. John's have got a little bit of a neck out there. There is movement from them. The angle is to their favor. Kes and Sachs right next to each other. St. Benedict's are still in the running. And right at the top, Ron the Bosch are thundering down. These races are not won in hundreds of meters. They are sometimes won in inches, sometimes nanometers. And it's that St. John's boat who are looking like the most powerful. St. Benedict's right on top of them. Kes and Sachs, anybody's game.
Benny's is making a move, Rob. I can see Benny's pulling up.
And St. Stephen's Kepler are
St. John's
still in
isn't
there.
going to have it. St. John's wanting to hold ahead of the pack.
Ron the Bosch still fighting right at the top. Bronze medal is still open. St. John's have got movement. They are working hard. St. Benedict's is in second position. Ron the Bosch at the top are making a push. Kes are trying to come back, so too are Sachs. St. Stephen's are coming through, but it's going to be a St. John's victory. Then it's going to be St. Benedict's, and then Ron the Bosch. The angles here are too tidy. That is absolutely tight racing. Kes, Sachs, St. Stephen's. Throw a blanket over them.
Throw a blanket over us, Rob. We're done. Rob,
Kaz, what a weekend.
what a weekend indeed. It's been 3 days of sun, heat, some lightning, some rain, lots of wind, lots of water, lots of fun.
We've had absolutely everything here. We've met friends. We're now part of the Somerset College family.
Yeah, we are honorary members.
We're honorary members. They don't know it yet, but we will be. But we've had such a great time. It's been such a privilege. what a privilege to see such athletes. We hope everybody who's had a tough time gets better soon.
Yeah.
Been a few niggles here and there, and a few tough, trying times for all the athletes and their families. And we wish everybody well. Get better soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you once again to R&B, our name sponsor, and to BCM Tourism, to our hosts, East London Boating Association, Buffalo Rowing Club, all the local clubs, parents, volunteers. Thank you so much for making this, keeping the cogs in this wheel turning. And then thank you to the officials and volunteers from all around South Africa coming down to make it possible. The athletes, the supporters, the coaches, the schools. It's been brilliant.
And Kaz Cronje, the American voice of South African rowing, thank you.
McCarty, the South African voice of South African rowing.
Not only do I consider you a colleague and a professional partner,
You're my dad rival.
you my
But-
dad rival. Good. That's what we like.
That's what we like.
You want competitive spirit.
Old Eds versus Tucks.
All days versus sucks. And
All right. Yeah, what?
much love
Yes.
to everybody.
Safe travels onward, but don't
Safe
leave
travels.
yet. We've got prize giving down below at the jetty. Please be there for that. This is Rob and Kaz out from the clubhouse.
Receiver on the edge there.
Check, check.
Hello.
It's fine.
Mark check, Mark check.
Okay, yeah. What I'm going to do is I can put you louder as well. Yeah, you might have to. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I'll tell everyone, guys, that you're going to...
Ladies and gents, we're just going to give the oats a chance to get off the water. Give them a quick 2-minute water break. Then we will start prize giving. Guys, we can't do, because of the light and because of the time, we can't do photographs on the jetty. Those are the trophies. We will do photographs afterwards up on the bank. You will be welcome to do photographs there.
Am I not doing photographs?
No, look, you can take as they come up, but they can't stand here.
No, I'm even battling now.
No, I know. So,
I reckon, yeah, let's just tell them, get their thing, walk off that way, parents take photos.
Okay, I'll just do like as a mark. It's not going to look good with the light. I'm just letting you know now, but we can try our best.
Sorry, can I squeeze past you this side? Let me start this side, yeah.
it's Michael, eh?
Hi, Michael from R&B. When you've got a chance, if you could head down to the trophies. Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to give you some. Just tell me the name.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan from Eastern Cape Rowing here. I'd just like to thank everybody for coming down. I know it is late, and I know we all want to pack boats and pack trailers and get everything going, but we do have a couple of thank yous that we want to get through. Please forgive me if I forget your name or do something wrong. Bill says he'll buy you a beer afterwards. So let's just a huge thank to RMB once again for sponsoring the regatta. A lot of rowing in South Africa would not happen without RMB. And RMB is pushing national squad going forward. We've got an Olympic cycle coming up, so we're hoping for some big things. A huge thank to Transnet for their help, sorting out leases, fixing, helping secure the facility. BCM Tourism, particularly the traffic department. I know parking is tough. Luckily, we managed to get Daimler Chrysler to open up their loading dock for us. Elba, Kate and Bill Godfrey, the whole team. We know you guys have worked long hours, long nights. Bill, thank you for parking the Kontiki at 4 o'clock this morning with a torch. Sarok, the Gauteng umpires, all the officials that came down, a huge thanks. An event like this couldn't happen without you guys. We know you get moaned at, we know you get shouted at, we know you don't get enough cool drinks and water and burgers. We really thank you for every regatta that you come to and help our kids and our sons and our daughters row. So really a huge thanks. Our volunteers, the moms and dads on the jetties, the poor liners who sit on the banks, thank you so much for all of your time. We've got the Wusu and Fort Hare, the volunteers, laying the course. It's not an easy job to lay the course. For those of you who don't know, this lane goes in and out, and it's hard manual work. We've also got Eagle Media for the live viewing on YouTube, the sound system, everything else. Guys, I know there's a lot of people I probably haven't thanked, but a huge thanks goes out to all of you, the parents that drive down, and most importantly, the rowers. Boys and girls, thank you so much for coming down. We do this for you, so thank you very much. We are going to hand out prizes and trophies and medals. We cannot stand on the jetty now to take photographs. We're running out of light. So what we will ask the crews that get their medals, they're going to come grab their medals, head back. Those of you that win a trophy, we will give you a gap to do a photograph and a medal for you guys. Okay? Once you get your stuff, if you could please just walk down the jetty onto that way. If you do get a trophy, please be very careful. A couple of them are worth $1 million or $2 million, so let's do our best not to drop them in the water. It does get a little bit deep on this side. Just to kick off prize giving, for those of you who saw yesterday, the coastal rowing is kicking out. It is now an Olympic event. We've had athletes travel internationally. We were privileged enough to have African champs in East London a little while ago. The call from Sarok has come through. They have qualified to earn their Protea colours, their green and golds. We're going to be calling them up now and handing out their Springbok blazers. Guys, once again, once you get it, if we could walk down the jetty and everyone give a good cheer for people reaching the next level of rowing. Okay.
We do one first.
Anybody, call them.
Okay. So we got all the
This is Mary's, eh?
Yes, Mary.
Maribel Smith. Okay, and just to welcome Ben, Prayers of Racer, he will handing out. Who's the next one?
Okay, we've got R. Whitfield.
We've got R. Whitfield. And then Tanner.
Tanner Dipper.
And Tanner de Block.
Nick Brits.
Nick Brits. Ruan Boyens. G. Deploy. Lunga Mgretwa. William Godfrey, otherwise known as Bill. On a side note, one of the biggest crabs I've ever seen on the Cowie was caught by Bill Godfrey in a training session. Is that Ed Godfrey? Ed Godfrey. Elara Hen. A. Neil. I don't know what her name is.
Chelsea Rennie.
Chelsea Rennie.
Chanel Moss.
Chanel Moss.
Who's that?
I don't know. Who's this?
Izzy Bruce.
Izzy Bruce.
Aiden Clemens.
Aiden Clements.
Fran Hill. Fran Hill.
Fran Hill.
Matthijs de Ploy.
Thomas.
Matthijs.
Matthijs de Ploy. I Bovo. Phoebe Coleman. Gala. El Mgalo. Yeah.
M. Lamont. M. Lamont.
Mackenzie Lamont. I'll take it.
M. Morpho.
M.
Morpho.
M. Morpho.
Anga Wapi. Anga Wapi.
Anga Wapi. Is that it?
You do the trophy. You do the big trophy.
Right, ladies, now we get to, ladies and gents, medals and trophies. Just give me a moment while I put a bit of light on the show here. Where's the results? Where's the results?
Okay.
Guys, I got the results.
Okay, there we go.
Where's the results page?
We need the results.
We're just waiting for the final printout of the results page.
Can we just start with that Ryan and see how far we go?
Yeah, and the girls once St Andrews girls won the first one, and Benny's boys won the boys.
I don't know what to do. We just need to move forward. So, is there any way that you can make it? Yeah, they should know who won the boys' cup.
POJ is worried about the lighting. It's 15 to 20 kilometers.
POJ needs to give me the results page.
No, that's fine. Okay. They should know. They should know who they are or the winner of. Just try that. Let's see if it works.
I can test some of them.
While we're waiting. So let's do the big trophies first. Okay. Let's go with the big trophies.
It's not that difficult to get the results page.
The results page is forthcoming. You say, right, winner of these events as they call up, who's coming today? And we just go from the one end and work to the other.
And we know the major ones, so maybe let's call the major ones.
Yeah.
Rand was
That's the problem. Winners with Rand challenge. Can I not print out the results page? Just go around that way.
So which one is that?
That's the
Right?
grand.
This is this one, yeah.
Let's get off the diamond and the women on here.
It's the awesome hair and the pride of...
So I'm just gonna ad-lib on these ones because I know what they are. Okay, hi everyone. We're waiting for the points results, but we're going to save some time. So I'm going to start off with two of the major trophies. First of all, we're going to award for our best woman sculler in the country. And if Courtney Wesley could come forward to receive her trophy, and if we can have a big round of applause there. Have you got a... Really well done, huh? I'm going to push you that way. Sorry, it's going to be. And then for the Silver Skulls, again, a man I'm incredibly proud of. Where is Mr. Chris Baxter? Mike.
This one's going to
Sorry. You're right there. Yeah. Chris. Does anyone know where Chris is? Is he coming? He should be on his way. There we go. No?
He's running.
There we go. Here comes Chris. It's worth the wait. Well done.
Can I just ask that when you ask the guys to come collect the trophies, they just walk carefully on the jetty, please? Just a reminder.
Are we going to do it right up front?
That's what my sister's just given me.
Sure. Okay. Who won the grand? Was it Ed? Who won the grand?
Yes.
Chris, don't go too far. We're going to have to do the grand. And again, another trophy with major history. And it's the Grand Challenge. Chris, are you able to come back? Won by Old Eds. Where's the rest of the Old Eds crew? Oh, there we go. Okay, now I can see how heavy you guys are, so walk gently onto this thing. Teach them how to do it. Hold on, guys.
Careful, everything is loose.
Thanks, guys. Well done.
Everything's loose.
So we're still waiting for the official results. We're doing the results we actually know off the top of our heads. The equivalent of the Grand Challenge for the women, and again, phenomenal trophy, Lions footprint by.
So they don't get. Thank
You're supposed to curtsy.
What are we doing now? Just tell us first before we announce it, we can get the trophy first.
Just ask them about under 15s, under 16s.
I don't know if this is. No, because we need to know the age group and the.
Just go on one side, put the in the middle, and go to the middle.
So we're going to say if you want to.
They look at me like I'm completely lost. Let's go and just. So what am I?
This was, I'm going to try and guess one. So give me, what is this one? What is Ben doing?
The B. Let's
just hand one up. So he's aware of what's happening. We were actually waiting for the print of official results. So I'm going to have to try to make this work, which we can, and that's pretty much what we're going to do. We're going to hand out now the men's 8, and that was won Tux, and it was that last race of the day. Fantastic race. So if Tux come get the 8.
Do they get?
This one.
They don't get medals, eh?
Maybe, but let's just get
How many medals? None.
Tux, is Tux's 8 here? Go away, Donna.
If we're wrong, we're... Okay, Brian?
Is the Tux 8 or they're packing the boat? Packing boat. Okay. Let's find the women's 8.
Okay, so woman 8, which means this one here. Is that the shield there?
Let me see.
Is it the shield here? Senior 8. Coxed 4. So senior 8. That's the 8. That's the junior first 8. You know the junior's first 8?
Okay, as we find trophies and we know who won. For the boys' first 8, congratulations, St. Benedict's. And again, you know what it's going to be. They're going to be packing their boat. Is St. Benedict's here or St. Benedict's representative? Sorry, apologies. St. John's. Where's the St. John's team? Sorry. Evelyn? Well done, guys. Sorry about that, eh? Sorry about well done, guys. Well done, guys. Congratulations, eh? Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Well done. Lekker. Nice. Just so there's no photo, you're just going to have to walk that round. I'll give you stuff just now. There you go.
First quad.
Okay, girls first quads. So, and apologies for that one just now. This goes to St. Andrews.
What are you looking for?
Congrats, guys. Sorry. You can take the trophy. Take the trophy there. Take photos. Robin, well done. Robin.
Thanks.
Take your photos there.
Thank you.
Okay, so Nobin told me that you put on the...
Okay, it doesn't matter about that.
Yeah, we don't even know what the trophies are, and we don't have a point system. So someone can organize that for us.
Okay, so seniors get those. So call out.
Senior men's doubles, it was UCT Buffalo Rowing Club, Godfrey.
No, that's
Mixed doubles, and it is the combination
UCT Buffalo.
UCT Buffalo. So that's the mixed doubles, and that is Godfrey.
Godfrey and Hill.
Godfrey and Hill. Mike, do you want to come hand them out? I'm going to give them to you to hand out, and then. Yeah.
I don't know where my doubles are.
That's fine. Take it in. Take it in.
Men's C8, Rhodes University.
Men's C8, Rhodes University. Are Rhodes University here? If anyone sees Rhodes University, just tell them to come down.
These are all heats. These heats and finals are mixed.
Yeah, whatever you could get there, take. But sorry, just someone else.
Okay, here's a final. No results. Final. Junior men's under 15 skulls.
That's a medal.
Okay.
St. Benedict's.
Sorry.
Boys under 15 skulls. St. Benedict's. Stepanovic.
Under 15 boys skulls, Stepanovic from St. Benedict's. I reckon it's like any other 15 events. We do first events and the overall points.
Junior under 16 quads, girls quads. Holy Rosary, Riccardi.
Girls under 16 quads, Holy Rosary, Riccardi.
Right, you need 5 medals.
There's a juniors. Hey, wait, is that juniors get close?
Junior women's under 16 quad.
Don't run. Oh, it's you.
Curiosity.
Is it full?
I'm just going to shake your hand and then just run, okay? Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. Juniors.
Under 16 pairs, men's, boys, Curiosity. St. Albans. I can't see.
Junior women's under 19.
Don't run slowly.
And then I think we've got the Tux men's 8. If you want to come down and get your trophy quickly.
There we go.
Junior women's under 19 second skulls.
Oh, the Tux 8 here.
Junior men, so is that the black ones now, hey?
Junior men's under 19 first quads.
The 19s, yeah. Okay.
Guys, we're losing light, so we're just going to have to push. Okay, so take your trophy. I'm going to shake your hand.
We'll take a photo of it.
You'll get your medals.
For me, 3-0 Sunderland. Bro, for me, you're just not happy with the choice.
Just get them. Hold on, guys. Take the stuff there. Hold on, guys.
This is going to make
Next one.
Next one.
missing race. Junior men's first quad.
Don't run.
Junior men's first quad, Kez. Yeah.
How many is that? What have we got?
Sorry, I'm back. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Junior women's under 19 doubles, St. Andrews.
We're doing senior B doubles tonight. Senior men's B doubles. Okay, senior men's B doubles. B doubles. Buffalo, Godfrey.
Senior men B doubles, Buffalo Godfrey. Junior men's first pair, Van der Pfeiffer. Give your medals back.
Cups.
Put your medals back. Take your mine.
Under 16 skulls, Ben. 16 skulls. Junior men's under 16 skulls, St. Price Hughes.
Junior men's under 16 skulls, Price Hughes, St. Stidians. Senior women's first doubles, Gous. You, Tux.
There you go. Okay. So anything senior gets a cup.
Okay, the kids are getting extra.
No.
So is that 5?
That is St. Mary's Zulu.
Junior woman under 19-4, St. Mary Zulu. You're right there. St. Mary Zulu, you here? Sorry, we can't see anything. Not here. Okay, we'll keep these things here. Junior women's under 16 doubles, St. Andrews Peters.